Starting off the countdown at number 10 is Dustin Diamond. Fans were recently devastated when they found out one of their favorite Saved by the Bell characters had passed away. The actor was best known for playing Samuel Powers on the show, also known as Screech. He suddenly passed away on February 1st, 2021 after a short battle with cancer. He was only 44 years old. His rep confirmed the actor's diagnosis with People magazine a month before and said that he had started chemotherapy for stage 4 cancer. He was diagnosed with small cell carcinoma, hope I said that right, which is a cancer that commonly occurs in the lungs but can also grow in the prostate or gastrointestinal tract. His battle with cancer only lasted a few weeks because it spread so rapidly and viciously. Sadly, his rep confirmed that he had passed away but said that he did not suffer due to how quickly everything had happened. Fans are still very much in shock about this. Up next, number 9, we have Cicely Tyson. The Tony Award and Emmy-winning actress passed away on January 28th at the age of 96. She was in the entertainment industry for many years, ever since she made her debut in the 1956 movie Caribe Gold. She was famously known for her choice of roles, always portraying resilient and uplifting Black women. She earned awards for her starring roles in film and television over the years, even earning herself an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress in the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman. In 2018, she actually became the first Black woman to receive an honorary Oscar, and then 2 years later, she was selected for the Peabody Career Achievement Award for her work on the stage, in film, and in television. Her memoir called Just As I Am was actually released just 2 days before her death. No cause of death has been stated at the time of this recording. Sliding into the number 8 spot is Soo Yoo-jung. The South Korean actress passed away on January 23rd at the young age of 26. Her passing was announced by Sublime Artist Agency on Instagram on January 24th, but her cause of death was not released. The agency did not immediately respond for media's request to comment either, so there still remains a lot of mystery around what really happened to her. Rumors have been flooding the internet with people alleging that she may have committed suicide, but again, that has not been confirmed. She rose to fame for her roles in TV shows like Make-A-Wish, School 2017, and Golden Rainbow. Outside of her acting career, she was also a model and an advocate for people with disabilities. Her fans are still very distraught by the news and are hoping that they get some answers soon on what really happened to her. Coming into number 7, we have Deezer D. The actor, who is best known for his role on the drama series ER, passed away on January 7th at just 55 years old. Fans loved him for his role as Nurse Malik McGrath on the medical series and were shocked to hear about his unexpected passing. His brother, Emery Thompson, actually announced his passing on his Instagram account. Reports say that Deezer was found unresponsive at his Los Angeles home on the morning of January 7th. According to TMZ, an official cause of death has not been determined. However, another brother of his actually leaked some information to a media outlet and said that they suspect he had a heart attack, but again, this has not been confirmed. Moving on to number 6, we have John Reilly. The actor lived a long, successful life, but sadly passed away at the age of 84 on January 10th. He rose to fame for his role on General Hospital and Beverly Hills 90210. His daughter, Caitlin Reilly, announced the news of her father's death on her Instagram, but his cause of death was not disclosed. Her tribute to him was very emotional and sweet, and she did reveal that she made it home in time to say goodbye and hold him, so we know that it wasn't totally sudden or unexpected in a sense. The actor was originally from Chicago and started acting in the 1960s with guest starring roles on Death Valley Days, Apple's Ways, and Gunsmoke. In 1984, his career moved forward and he starred in 6 episodes of Dallas, and then from there, he went on to portray Sean Donnelly on General Hospital for 11 years. Talk about a very successful role. Halfway through our list, at number 5, we have Ed Bruce. People refer to him as a country icon, and fans were devastated to read that he had passed on January 8th at the age of 81. He had many hit songs over the course of his decades-long career, like the all-time classic, Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. He actually wrote the song with his then-wife, Patsy Bruce, and people quickly fell in love with it. In 1982, he released the single You're the Best Break This Old Heart Ever Had, featuring Lynn Anderson, which charted for 21 weeks and landed at #1. That same year, he also co-starred in the TV series Brett Maverick. From there, he actually went on to appear in other fan favorite shows, so although his music career was a success, he also had a career in film. But his music is what people really know him by. He earned himself 35 Billboard spots, including 6 top 10 hits. In spot number 4, we have Peter Mark Richmond, another successful actor that had a very long and successful career. The news was announced that the actor died on January 14th at the age of 93, and the cause of death was stated as natural causes. Reports say he died of natural causes at his home in Woodland Hills, California. His rep confirmed this with People magazine. The actor has more than 130 television credits to his name, including his recurring role as Reverend Snow on Three's Company. After the news broke that he passed, his Three's Company co-star, Suzanne Summers, posted a statement and said, "Comedy is musical. Peter Mark Richmond and I understood the music from the very first time we appeared together on Three's Company. He knew his stuff. We lost a good one. Rest in peace, Peter Mark Richmond." Taking over the #3 spot is Marion Ramsey. The Broadway and Police Academy actress passed away on January 7th at the age of 73. According to The Hollywood Reporter, she passed away at her home in Los Angeles. Her agency rep, Roger Paul Inc., released a statement and said, "The dimming of her light is already felt by those who know her well." She's best known for her performance as Officer Laverne Hooks in the Police Academy film franchise, beginning with the 1984 original and then several role reprisals. She was also known for being a longtime advocate for HIV and AIDS awareness and was very much loved for that. Outside of the film industry and advocacy, she was also known for her Broadway performances in shows like Hello Dolly and Little Shop of Horrors. Rolling into the #2 spot is Harry Brandt. He was a socialite known for his own career, but also for being the son of supermodel Stephanie Seymour and magazine publisher Peter Brandt. His death was a very shocking tragedy for everyone, as he passed away on January 17th at the very young age of 24. His family revealed the news to New York Times and said the cause of death was an accidental overdose. The statement said, "We will forever be saddened that his life was cut short by this devastating disease. He achieved a lot in his 24 years, but we will never get the chance to see how much more Harry could have done." The disease that they are referring to is his addiction that reports say he was struggling with for many years. For anyone who may not know who he was an online influencer, but also a model appearing in Italian Vogue campaigns. When he was a teenager, he also wrote for Interview magazine, which his father owned. And last but certainly not least, in our #1 spot, we have Larry King. The news was shocking to everyone when the world found out that he had passed away on January 23rd at the age of 87. The beloved journalist and radio host passed away in Los Angeles just weeks after he was hospitalized with COVID-19 on January 2nd. He was in the industry for 63 years and succeeded across multiple platforms of radio, television, and digital media. He was known to the world as Larry King, but he was actually born as Harvey Zeger in 1993 in Brooklyn, New York. He changed his birth name in the late 1950s as he started his broadcasting career in Miami. In 1985, he launched his legendary cable TV show, Larry King Live, which became one of CNN's biggest programs. He earned a ton of awards throughout his career, including 2 Peabody Awards and inductions into the National Radio Hall of Fame and Broadcasters Hall of Fame. On top of that, he also is the author of several books. Very successful, to say the least, and very much missed. In no particular order, but taking our #10 spot is DMX. The rapper's passing broke millions of hearts when it was announced on April 9th. His passing came just 1 week after suffering a heart attack at just 50 years old. His family revealed the sad news in a statement online and wrote, "Earl," which was his birth name, "was a warrior who fought till the very end. Earl's music inspired countless fans across the world, and his iconic legacy will live on forever." Fans shared his music all over social media and flooded his accounts with loving messages. Over the course of his career, he released 15 songs that made it to the Billboard Hot 100 list, And outside of music, he also appeared in 15 films and many TV appearances. So to say he had a successful career would be very much an understatement. Up next, number 9, we have Nikki Grahame. The Big Brother UK and Big Brother Canada star stole the hearts of everyone when appearing on the reality TV show. Everyone adored her bubbly and energetic personality and were devastated when they found out that she had passed at the young age of 38. The most difficult part about her passing was the reason. She had been struggling with a very long battle of anorexia and was seeking help at a private hospital when she passed away. Her career first took off when she appeared on Big Brother UK back in 2006, and then she went on to star in The Ultimate Big Brother in 2010, and then Big Brother Canada in 2016. Her close friend Duncan James recently opened up about her passing and said he begged her to eat when he saw her back in 2018, and that he didn't know how serious her battle really was. He didn't even know that she was in the hospital and said that he regrets not being able to say goodbye to her. A lot of people didn't know, including her fans, but she was always very open with her struggle, even writing an autobiography called Dying to Be Thin back in 2009. So she had been very open with her struggle, but when she was seeking treatment in the hospital recently, she didn't really tell many people. At number 8, we have Jamil French. He was known for his role as Dave Turner on the hit TV series Degrassi: The Next Generation, and won the hearts of many, many people throughout his career. People were shocked when the news broke that he had suddenly passed away at the young age of 29. The cause of death was not revealed to the public, but co-stars flooded social media with tributes to the very talented star. He was nominated for a Canadian Screen Award for his work in Degrassi, and he was a fan favorite and worked on the show from 2009 to 2013. I love that show. He also received a Canadian Screen Awards nomination for Best Supporting Actor in 2018, so he had a very successful career and a very bright future. Fans are wanting answers since his passing came very suddenly, but they still shared his tributes and condolences online, and nothing has been revealed about the cause. Next up at number 7 is Paul Ritter. The Tony-nominated actor, best known for his role in Chernobyl and Harry Potter, passed away just a few weeks ago at the age of 54. Reports announced the news and revealed he had passed away during one evening in his home after suffering from a brain tumor. He was surrounded by his wife and sons at the time of his passing and was said to have gone very peacefully. The actor was born in the United Kingdom but made a name for himself internationally in the Hollywood scene. His resume was packed with different opportunities. He starred in the British television series Friday Night Dinner, which ran from 2011 to 2020, and in 2009 he also received a Tony nomination for his lead role in the play The Norman Conquest, and he also appeared in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, so some younger generations might recognize him from there. And in more recent years, fans adored seeing him in the Chernobyl miniseries. In the number 6 spot is Trisha Noble. Her acting career was packed with incredible roles, but one of her most notable was her role in 2 Star Wars films. But that is not to say that she didn't have a wildly successful career outside of that role. She's actually known for being an Aussie actress and pop singer who got her start on the TV show Bandstand before she pursued a music career and then continued with more acting. She had several big hits along the way, but ended up turning her focus to acting and moved to the UK, where she starred in television series and even made appearances on the big screen. It was in the late 60s that she moved to the US and changed her name. Fun fact, she was actually born as Patsy Ann Noble, and then she changed it to Trisha. Sadly, she passed away on January 23rd, 2021 after suffering complications from a tumor caused by inhaled asbestos fibers. She passed away just 2 weeks shy of her 77th birthday. Halfway through our list, at number 5 is Adam Perkins. The Vine star that went viral and created a career for himself sadly passed away recently at the very young age of just 24. In 2015, he achieved fame for a 3-second video of him saying, "Hi, welcome to Chili's." Once his Vine exploded, he built a career as a performer and a musician, and fans were devastated to hear the news of his passing. Family members, friends, and fans went online to pay tribute to the star, and the Chili's restaurant also sent their condolences on Twitter. Chili's wrote, "We are saddened by the news of Adam Perkins' passing. He brought laughter to so many of us and will always be remembered and cherished. Rest in peace, Adam." His death was confirmed by his twin brother Patrick, who revealed the news that his cause of death will not be disclosed. Fans are upset by that, but hopefully they are respecting the family. Moving on to number 4, we have Roger Mudd. The longtime television journalist passed away at the age of 93, but fans agree that it was still too soon. He served as an anchor for CBS and NBC and passed away in March from kidney failure. He first began his journalism career in the 1950s and later made a name for himself when he joined CBS News. He spent 20 years covering the news for CBS Evening News, and in 1980, he left them to join their rival network, NBC. One of the interviews he is commonly remembered by is for his award-winning interview in 1979, which he conducted with then presidential candidate Senator Edward M. Kennedy. The news networks took it to social media to pay their tributes and also announce their condolences. No bad blood between those two rival networks. They both got a taste of the legend. That's a plus for all of them. In our 3rd spot is Jessica Walter. The Arrested Development actress lived a long life and passed at the age of 80 last month in March 2021. She was an award-winning actress whose career spanned over 6 decades. With a resume full of roles and award nominations, the one that people mainly remember her for was her performance as Lucille Bluth in Arrested Development. She earned an Emmy nomination and 2 SAG nominations for her performance. When she was off the big screen, she also served as the 2nd National Vice President of the Screen Actors Guild and was elected member of the SAG Board of Directors for over a decade. After the news broke of her passing, former co-stars and fans began sharing their memories online and paying tribute to her. And honestly, after I read some of them, people have nothing but amazing things to say. They were so heartfelt. They were so sweet. She sounded amazing. Taking over the number 2 spot is Helen McCrory. The news came very recently, just a few days ago, and shocked everyone when it was revealed that the Peaky Blinders actress had passed away from cancer. Reports shared that she swore her friends to secrecy as she underwent treatment because she didn't want her professional or charitable work to be overshadowed by her illness. Her friend Carrie Cracknell did a radio tribute and spoke about it. Helen's husband Damian Lewis also announced the news that she had passed away peacefully at home at the age of 52 on his social media. She was best known for playing Polly in Peaky Blinders, as well as appearing in the Harry Potter franchise and The Special Relationship. And if I'm being honest, people are still in a lot of shock about this news because no one really knew what was going on. They didn't know the severity of her illness or that she was seeking treatment, because she wanted to keep it quiet in her final weeks. In our 1st place spot is none other than Prince Philip. For more than 7 decades, he took on the supporting role of his wife, Queen Elizabeth II, as she carried out her tribute as monarch. He was by her side throughout it all, quite literally, including every one of her 271 trips abroad. One thing the rest of the royal family praises him for was that he never took the limelight and never overstepped the mark. He was always just there to love and support her. He lived a very long, fulfilling life and passed away at the age of 99 after he spent 4 weeks in the hospital being treated for an infection and a heart condition. The Queen and Prince Philip got married in 1947 and have been together ever since, so the loss has tremendously affected her. With all the press and the chaos, obviously, she has had a very difficult time speaking on the loss of her husband, but one thing she did say was, I quote, "He has been my strength all these years." Their relationship is like goals. It is so heartbreaking because they were so in love for so long.
At number 10, Robert Downey Sr. Robert Downey Sr., father of Marvel actor Robert Downey Jr., passed away peacefully in his sleep on July 7, 2021 after a long battle with Parkinson's disease. Downey Sr. was a pioneer of the underground film scene in New York City in the 1960s. His first big film, Putney Swope, was what put him on the map, and from then on he became a legend in the film industry both as an actor and director. His success continued into the 70s and 80s as he worked on projects like The Twilight Zone, Matlock, To Live and Die in LA, Boogie Nights, and Magnolia. Other than growing his own success, he grew the success of others, most notably his son, who began acting alongside him in the early days of his own career. Robert Jr. released a statement informing the world of his father's passing on Instagram, where he said, quote, "Last night Dad passed peacefully in his sleep after years of enduring the ravages of Parkinson's. He was a true maverick filmmaker and remained remarkably optimistic throughout. According to my stepmom's calculations, they were happily happily married for just over 2,000 years. Rosemary Rogers Downey, you are a saint and our thoughts and prayers are with you." End quote. At number 9, Kevin Clark. Fans of the 2003 movie School of Rock were devastated to hear about the sudden passing of one of the film's stars, Kevin Clark. Kevin, who played the character Freddie Jones, aka Spagsy McGee, passed away on May 26 of this year at the age of only 32 years old after being involved in a tragic accident. According to reports, Kevin was riding his bike in a Chicago neighborhood in the early hours of the morning when he was struck by a vehicle. The actor was rushed to hospital, but sadly he did not make it. Kevin's death hit his family very hard because it was so sudden and unexpected, and because he reportedly just got into a good place in his life. When speaking out about Kevin's passing, his mother told sources, quote, "He told his bandmates just yesterday, you know, this is finally the life I want to live, and we're going to make it. You're my musical family, my family, and we're going to make it." End quote. Kevin had just started a new band and they performed for the first time on the weekend before he passed. Before this band, he was known for forming other musical groups and writing songs and teaching kids about music. His love for music and drumming skills are actually what led him to getting the role in School of Rock, even though he had no prior acting experience. Kevin was an incredibly talented man who is certainly gone too soon. Before I carry on with the list, I would like to ask you guys to leave a comment down below sending a positive message for the families of those on this list. Losing a loved one is never easy, so let's send them some positive energy their way. At number 8, Sophie. Grammy-nominated pop artist Sophie passed away suddenly at the age of 34 following an accident in Athens, Greece. A trans icon and progressive musician, Sophie was known as a visionary, some calling her a quote, "pioneer of new sound," and one of the most influential artists in the last decade. Sophie's debut album, Oil for Every Pearls on Insides, released in 2018, was nominated for a Grammy for Best Dance/Electronic Album. The news of Sophie's sudden passing shocked many of their fans as well as other celebrities, with many of them saying that Sophie was gone too soon. The artist will be remembered for their progressive music and sound and their groundbreaking individuality. At number 7, Cicely Tyson. After having a career that spanned over 7 decades, renowned actress Cicely Tyson passed away on January 28, 2021 at the age of 96. Known for her portrayal of strong black women, Cicely became a beloved Hollywood icon through her work as an actress, model, and author. At the beginning of 2021, Cicely published a memoir titled Just As I Am, where she shared the story of her life, how she became who she was, and how she was a pioneering force in shaping history. Cicely started her public career as a model, later moving over to Broadway where she acted alongside James Earl Jones and Louis Gossett. In the 60s, Cicely launched herself into a hugely successful TV and movie career where she made a point of prioritizing roles that, quote, showed the full lived experiences of Black Americans. Tyson continued her career into the 70s where she starred in the hugely successful series Roots and later starring in modern shows like How to Get Away with Murder. Other than her film and TV awards and nominations, Cicely also became a Kennedy Center honoree and was given the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Barack Obama in 2016. Cicely leaves behind an incredible legacy, making her a good role model for a lot of young black kids everywhere. At number 6, Samuel E. Wright. Though some of you may struggle to recall the name, you no doubt know the voice of Samuel E. Wright, best known for playing Sebastian the Crab in the Disney animated film The Little Mermaid. Samuel wasn't just known for his Disney role, however, as some may know him from playing Dizzy Gillespie in Clint Eastwood's Bird, as well as his role in the series of Fruit of the Loom commercials. Samuel began his career on Broadway, making his debut in Jesus Christ Superstar in 1971, and later going on to play Mufasa in The Lion King on Broadway in 1997. As I mentioned, his best known role is for playing Sebastian in The Little Mermaid, and this role is what brought him the most success. He performed the songs Under the Sea, which won an Oscar for Best Original Song, and Kiss the Girl in the film. Samuel would later go on to talk about his desire to be successful in Hollywood, where he said, quote, "Maybe not every actor would say this, but if I didn't want to be immortal, I wouldn't be acting. I do want to make my little mark on the world. An actor's worst nightmare is to hear, 10 years from now, Sam Wright? Who was Sam Wright?" If you have that kind of attitude, you tend to take each role and make it the best role you've done. End quote. Samuel passed away on May 24th, 2021 at the age of 74 after a 3-year battle with prostate cancer. At number 5, Helen McCrory. Known best for her role as Narcissa Malfoy in the Harry Potter films, actress Helen McCrory sadly passed away on April 16th, 2021 at the age of 52 after a battle with cancer. The actress first began her acting career by performing at London's West End before jumping into the film and television industry, where she would later go on to star in productions like Harry Potter, of course, as well as Peaky Blinders, The Queen, The Interview with the Vampire, and Casanova. Upon her passing, Helen's husband released a statement which read, quote, "I'm heartbroken to announce that after a heroic battle with cancer, the beautiful and mighty woman that is Helen McCrory has died peacefully in her home, surrounded by a wave of love from friends and family. She died as she lived, fearlessly. God, we love her and know how lucky we are to have had her in our lives. She blazed so brightly. Go now, little one, into the air and thank you." End quote. Helen leaves behind her husband Damian Lewis as well as their 2 children. At number 4, Larry King. On January 23rd, 2021, legendary TV broadcaster Larry King passed away at the age of 87. The Emmy-winning host passed away at Cedars-Sinai Hospital in LA after it was revealed that he had been battling COVID-19 for 10 days prior. Larry had a long and successful career that spanned over 6 decades, having interviewed everyone from Martin Luther King Jr. to Vladimir Putin. His show Larry King Live became the longest-running show on CNN, spanning from 1985 to 2010, and even after that, Larry kept working, interviewing, and listening to stories from so many people from all sides and all walks of life. After his passing, a statement was released which celebrated his life and legacy, with part of it saying, quote, "For 63 years and across platforms of radio, television, and digital media, Larry's many thousands of interviews, awards, and global acclaim stand as a testament to his unique and lasting talent as a broadcaster." End quote. Upon the news of his passing, messages of condolences came pouring in from many celebrities who ever had the chance to sit down with him, showing how respected he was and how he will be missed. At number 3, Dustin Diamond. Fans of the hit 90s show Saved by the Bell were heartbroken after learning about the passing of actor Dustin Diamond, who played Samuel Powers, aka Screech, on the show during its run between 1989 and 1992. Dustin, who was only 44 years old at the time of his passing, lost his battle with stage 4 lung cancer on February 1st, 2021. Fans learned of Dustin's cancer diagnosis just 3 weeks before the actor passed away. After his death, Dustin's representative issued a statement where they said, quote, "He was diagnosed with this brutal, relentless form of malignant cancer only 3 weeks ago. In that time, it managed to spread rapidly through his system. The only mercy it exhibited was its sharp and swift execution. Dustin did not suffer. He did not have to lie submerged in pain. For that, we are grateful." End quote. The source also said that Dustin passed with his girlfriend by his side and was surrounded by love. At number 2, DMX. On April 9th, 2021, legendary rapper DMX passed away, leaving fans and the world of music devastated. DMX, known for such hits as Get Me a Dog and X Gon' Give It To Ya, passed away after suffering a major heart attack following a substance overdose. The rapper was rushed to a hospital on April 2nd and stayed in critical care while his fans set up a prayer vigil outside of his hospital until his passing about a week later. DMX, who was 50 at the time of his death, made huge waves in Hollywood and the music industry. He rose to fame in the late 90s, and his 1999 album And Then There Was X went 5 times platinum, and he even was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Rap Album in 2001. Upon his passing, DMX's family released a statement saying that he was a, quote, "warrior who fought to the very end," end quote. The statement also said, quote, "He loved his family with all his heart and cherished the time we spent with him. Earl's music inspired countless fans across the world, and his iconic legacy will live on forever. We appreciate all the love and support during this incredibly difficult time." End quote. And finally, at number 1, Prince Philip. Also on April 9th of this year, the world lost the longest-serving British consort in history, His Royal Highness Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, at the age of 99. Shortly before his passing, Prince Philip was admitted to St. Bartholomew's Hospital where he underwent cardiac treatment. Prince Philip was born the Prince of Greece and Denmark on the Greek island of Corfu in 1921, but when he was 18 months old, his family left the country due to political instability, and his uncle Constantine was forced to abdicate as the country's king. Years after first meeting as children in 1934, Prince Philip and Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II married shortly after the end of World War II, where Prince Philip served in the British Royal Navy. By 2009, he had become the longest-serving British consort and continued to stand by the Queen's side until his passing. Prince Philip officially retired from royal duties in 2017 at the age of 95, and once joked that, quote, he couldn't imagine anything worse than reaching the age of 100. His family said that Prince Philip's sense of humor was the best part about him, so the 4 children, 8 grandchildren, and 10 great-grandchildren he's left behind remember him fondly.